Welcome to the CSIRO Staff Association consultation on the Enterprise Agreement proposal. My name's Sam Popovski, and I'll be taking you through a really short presentation on the key points about the new proposal. It's important to start with our background on this whole process of enterprise bargaining. Last year, the CSIRO executive tried to replace our existing enterprise agreement with a determination, and this was successfully defeated by staff. Negotiations for a new enterprise agreement started in November last year and have made good progress using the current agreement as a base. All parties have now agreed for negotiations to cease at this point and consultation to occur on the new proposal. The Staff Association's key bargaining issues were identified through a survey conducted last year of our members, and there were 6 key points that came out of that survey. Number 1 was having a timely agreement, definitely before the expiry date of the current enterprise agreement, which is in November 2020. Achieving fair and reasonable pay and superannuation. Making sure we didn't lose conditions from the current enterprise agreement. Looking at updating and improving EA clauses wherever we could. Strengthening indefinite employment as the standard form of employment in our organisation, and looking at providing equitable entitlements and access to parental leave. The CSIRO's executive's position was based on the Australian Public Service Commission bargaining policy, despite the executive not receiving any specific direction on that policy. Therefore, we've seen pay rises offered that are defined largely by the APSC and the government. We've seen the current EA clauses used as a base for the CSIRO executive's position. We've seen a small number of proposed changes to entitlements and an aspiration to complete bargaining within the first 6 months of this year. At the moment, when you analyse all the clauses and their status, we can categorise them in four categories, and we're calling those categories A, B, C, and D. Category A is where we've got clauses that are agreed in principle between the Staff Association negotiating team and the CSIRO executive. These clauses have no substantive change to the current EA clause. This is 69 clauses out of the 93 clauses and schedules of the agreement, and please refer to the Staff Association's detailed analysis document for more details. Importantly, the ties of employment clause, which reinforces that indefinite employment is the standard form of employment, is retained in the EA proposal. The Category B clauses are the clauses that are agreed in principle between the Staff Association and the CSIRO executive, but they're the ones that actually contain improvements to the current enterprise agreement clauses. So there's 14 important clauses there. The context of the agreement, medical assessments, the Australian Centre for Disease Preparedness, annual performance agreement, reward assessment procedures, merit promotion and advancement for soft level 7 and above staff, soft level 3 advancement criteria, non-cash recognition rewards, management accountability, parental leave, sick and carers leave, recreation leave, a new clause on family and domestic violence leave, and workplace issues resolution procedure. Just drawing out some of these Category B clauses that are important to members. There will no longer be 5 yearly reviews for soft level 7 and above staff once if the new agreement is supported post-November this year. There'll no longer be a barrier in the middle of soft level 3 that is inhibiting staff to get through that level 3 advancement. There'll be a new clause that updates and provides equitable leave entitlements for birth mothers, adoption, fostering and guardianship in terms of all forms of parental leave. The sick and carers leave clause has been improved to provide greater flexibility for staff to be able to take up to 10 days a year without medical evidence. And the workplace issues resolution procedure, the steps of it are now included in the Enterprise Agreement, which is really important because they'll be enforceable through the Fair Work Commission. The Category C clauses are the clauses that are not agreed in principle between the Staff Association and CSIRO Executive. However, they don't contain any substantive change to the current EA entitlements in that clause. And the Staff Association was seeking improvements. So there are 7 clauses that fit into this category: casual employment, superannuation, overtime, staff participation and consultation, representatives, miscellaneous leave, voluntary emergency management activities. The key clause out of these clauses that is not resolved is superannuation, where the Staff Association was seeking all staff to receive at least 15.4% employer superannuation, regardless of which fund they choose. Currently, CSIRO staff only receive 9.5% superannuation from the employer if they choose to be in another fund other than the PSS AP. None of these changes apply to staff that are already on the deferred benefit funds of CSS and PSSDB. Category D clauses are the ones that are not agreed between the Staff Association and the CSIRO Executive, and in our view contain substantive changes to the current EA clause. These clauses are specified term employment, rates of pay and market-related employment, and I'll take you through briefly each one. Specified term employment is a key unresolved issue for the Staff Association, as we've been seeking retention of the current Enterprise Agreement options that permit consecutive postdocs and appointment at soft level 5 for postdocs. CSIRO Executive is proposing that consecutive postdocs only occur in the future if that second or consecutive postdoc is in a different discipline area, and are also proposing that a level 5 positions only occur if it's a research scientist engineering position. In terms of pay, the Staff Association position was based on our survey of members. Members have asked for 2.7% per annum in terms of pay, including a discussion and addressing salary competitiveness. CSIRO salaries, as you would know, have only increased by about 1% per annum over the past 6 years. The Executive are offering 2% in May 2021, which is 6 months after a new EA would commence in November this year, 2% in November 2021 and 2% in November 22, with the agreement expiring in November 2023. These pay rises are as defined by the government and the Australian Public Service Commission. Market-related employment is a key issue for us, where CSIRO Executive is seeking extension of individual contracts to level 4 staff as well as level 5 and above staff. Our position is that salary deficiencies in CSIRO should not be addressed by the proliferation of individual contracts, but by overall pay increases to our classification levels. So we're at the stage at the moment where we're seeking direction from our members. What is your view on any particular clause or issue, including the key unresolved clauses that I've gone through of superannuation, specified term employment and postdoctoral fellowships, rates of pay and market-related employment? And what is your direction to the Staff Association negotiating team and our council overall? We're providing an online mechanism for you to give us your views. So head to our campaign page of Enterprise Bargaining, and particularly head to our online membership poll, which is secure, confidential, and can be done in a matter of minutes, and have your say on the direction you have to us overall, and any specific issues you want us to continue to address with CSIRO Executive in Enterprise Bargaining. We also have an email address that you can contact us at any time. So thanks for working together with us to help to get the best outcome and the proposal we have got to at this stage to talk to you about. Lastly, I just want to thank all members for their fortitude and solidarity in current times, particularly dealing with working from home and the coronavirus situation. My very best to all members to get through this period, and I look forward to engaging with you more on enterprise bargaining and our other campaigns. Thank you.